4 months after he was convicted by the Surat court for mocking the Modi surname, the country's top court has granted relief to Congress leader Rahul Gandhi. The Supreme Court has stayed his conviction in the defamation case. The court has also put on hold his disqualification as a member of the Lok Sabha. The stay could allow Rahul Gandhi to return to Parliament and contest national elections due next year. The Supreme Court observed that Gandhi's remarks were in poor taste, but he wouldn't have faced disqualification if the jail term was even a day less than 2 years. The top court stated the disqualification as MP not only affects Gandhi, but also the electorate who have elected him. The Congress party has hailed the Supreme Court's verdict, calling it the victory of truth. The party's Twitter handle tweeted that it will continue to question the Adani-Modi link. So what next for Rahul Gandhi? Will this verdict bring him back to Parliament? According to rules in the Representation of the People's Act, a person convicted of any offence and sentenced to imprisonment for not less than 2 years shall be disqualified from the date of such conviction and shall continue to be disqualified for a further period of 6 years since his release. Now that this order of the Gujarat court has been stayed, what will be the ramifications for Rahul Gandhi? Let's first listen in to Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party's reaction.
आज नहीं तो कल, कल नहीं तो परसों सच्चाई की जीत होती है। मगर जो भी हो, मेरा रास्ता तो क्लियर है। मुझे क्या करना है, मेरा क्या काम है, उसके बारे में मेरे दिमाग में बिल्कुल क्लैरिटी है। जिन लोगों ने हमारी मदद की और जनता ने जो प्यार और सपोर्ट दिया, उसके लिए मैं बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूं।
And joining me now is Kumar Ketkar, Member of Parliament in the Rajyasabha from the Congress Party, Sanjay Hegde, Senior Advocate at the Supreme Court of India. Thank you very much for joining us here on Newscentre. A big day for the Congress Party and Rahul Gandhi as well. But let me begin by asking you, Mr. Ketkar, you met Rahul Gandhi a short while back. There was a meeting of the Congress Party. What was the message of Rahul Gandhi to party leaders?
Well, actually, the message to party leaders by Rahul Gandhi is that not to overplay the so-called victory, but be firm in your asking questions. Don't be overwhelmed by the government's propaganda or by government's assertions. Fight for the causes and the questions that you have been fighting so far. And therefore, I think he was extremely modest in his responses.
All right. So you're saying he was modest in his responses. He said, keep fighting for the party's causes. Do not overplay this victory that has come by way of the Supreme Court order. Mr. Hegde, if I can get you in at this stage, does this order immediately imply that he has to be reinstated as MP? Could he go back to Lok Sabha as early as Monday?
The law is very clear on that. Right from the Lily Thomas case, it has been said that the moment that there is a stay of the conviction itself, the disqualification no longer applies. So technically in law, he is requalified as a member of the Parliament right away. It is for the Lok Sabha to take note of it and issue the necessary notification and restore his seat.
Right. Mr. Ketkar, coming back to you, would you expect Rahul Gandhi, or could you tell us on our channel whether Rahul Gandhi is set to participate or whether the Congress would like him to participate in the no confidence motion debate in Parliament?
It is difficult to say because that depends on so many so-called parliamentary procedures and parliamentary administrative practices. I do not know, for instance, whether the order that was issued to Rahul Gandhi that he is disqualified and therefore he has to go has been reinstated by the parliamentary secretariat, leader of the opposition, leader of the house, by the government. I don't know that, speaker. Basically, it is in the hands of the speaker. So actually, if speaker says he can join on Monday itself and participate in the no confidence debate, he should do that. He would want to do that. We would want him to do that, but I do not know the parliamentary procedure because last time on, the parliamentary procedure, according to me, was not properly followed. and that is why Rahul had to go and immediately vacate even the house.
So is the Congress party, are the legal heads of the Congress party now working to ensure that he is reinstated as soon as possible? Has that process begun? Has anybody been formally asked to do this within the Congress party, to take up the issue of reinstatement with the Lok Sabha Speaker, with the Secretary General?
The process has definitely begun, but I do not know at what stage the process is, because it is not only in the hands of the party high command, it is not in the hands of the CPP, it is in the hands of the negotiations between CPP and the parliamentary procedures. So I do not know how much time will it take.
Mr. Hegde, coming back to you, do you think there can still be a legal hurdle in a way for his reinstatement? Can the Speaker, can the Secretary General say that the issue is still pending? It has not been disposed of. Yes, there is a stay pending adjudication. Can any legal hurdles be created right now or no?
As the law stands currently, no. Because there are earlier judgments, earlier than this particular stay of conviction, that the moment the conviction itself is stayed, there is no disqualification. Forget Rahul Gandhi and Parliament. It has occurred in the cases of company directorships, the Ramanaran case, for instance. The moment a person is convicted beyond a certain period and is disqualified as a director, if there is a stay on conviction itself, he is automatically requalified. All that Parliament does when issuing a notification is to note that these facts have happened, that he had been convicted, he had been disqualified from Parliament, that subsequently there has been a stay of the conviction, and in accordance with the law, he is now requalified.
Right.
What issuance of a notification is a ministerial act.
Okay, what, according to you, was the most important aspect of this order of the Supreme Court, which will set a precedent for the future, Mr. Hegde?
No, the Supreme Court has asked several questions. It has noted the fact that, a sentence of 2 years in a defamation matter, if that sentence had been even 1 year, 364 days, there would have been no disqualification. It notes the fact that as far as disqualification is concerned, even the members of the constituency have a stake in having an MP in Parliament. So I do think that courts will be, in future, will be freer in granting stays of disqualification of conviction where there is a disqualification of a member of Parliament.
Right. Mr. Ketkar, coming back to you, this will, of course, encourage the Congress cadre. Will you be taking this order to the people in different election-bound states? How do you think the party will take up this issue, the rationale of the Supreme Court, forward?
I don't think it will become an election issue, because already majority of the people who support Congress and even who don't support Congress thought that that particular judgment in Gujarat by all the three courts was completely unconstitutional also. And not only because it was in Gujarat for a case in Karnataka, but also it was considered that it is a case of vendetta. It is a case of political revenge. And that political revenge, unfortunately, has been transferred from the political platform to the judicial platform. So this feeling was already there among people. So it is not necessary for us to take that issue separately to the people. People have already taken it to the streets. People have already taken that issue in their hearts, and therefore people have already started campaigning on that. It is not necessary for Congress High Command or Congress Campaign Committee to say that now we have to use this for election, because we have seen how politics of vendetta was taking place. Before this judgment came or before this case began, he was asked to present himself before ED for 55 hours in a row, and nothing happened. So they could not stop him at the ED level, so they tried to stop him at the judicial level. So this kind of persecution was seen and vendetta was seen. Therefore, it will become an issue, but it will not have to be made into an issue. It is an issue.
All right. We've run out of time, but I'd like to thank Mr. Santosh Hegde, Mr. Sanjay Hegde and Mr. Kumar Ketkar for joining us on the program, giving us their view on the Supreme Court's order staying the disqualification of Rahul Gandhi as a member of Parliament. We also caught up with former Law Minister Ashwini Kumar for his opinion on the matter. Listen in to what he had to say to CNBC-TV18. Now, when it comes to legal procedure, the Election Commission has not ordered a by-poll in the Wayanad constituency, that is Rahul Gandhi's constituency. The Lok Sabha Speaker has disqualified him as an MP. What the Supreme Court has said that they are staying the sentence pending adjudication of the case. Does this mean he will be automatically, immediately restored as MP, or the Lok Sabha Speaker can say that we will wait for the final orders in the case from the Supreme Court as and when they come?
No, I don't think the Lok Sabha Speaker would be right in so interpreting the order, since the since the disqualification in the first place was only on account of the maximum sentence imposed. Because the law says if a person is punished for a sentence that is 2 years or more, only then will he be disqualified. It has nothing to do with the final outcome of the case. The disqualification was the result of maximum punishment following conviction. Now, if the conviction is stayed, and the punishment also must automatically be stayed, and therefore the whole basis of his disqualification goes.
Right. Give us a sense of whether this is something that could help the Congress's chances in the upcoming state elections, also as far as the morale of the cadre goes.
Well, quite certainly the morale of the Congress cadre will go up immensely, as it should, because their leader has fought his battles, fought them bravely, and has finally, in my view, been vindicated in terms of the unconscionability and the disproportionality of the sentence. Whether a particular word or a particular sentence constitutes defamation or not is yet to be decided by the Supreme Court. But as far as the harshness, the disproportionality, and the unconscionability of this maximum punishment imposed, which was unprecedented in a defamation case, to that extent, Mr. Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party stand fully vindicated. And this is cause for a morale booster for the Congress cadres. And certainly this will have a cascading effect on the political conscience of the country as well.
We're going to take a short break here on CNBC-TV18, but coming up on the other side, S&P Global expects India's economy to grow at an average annual rate of nearly 7% till 2031. That puts India on the path to be the third largest economy by 2031. More details when we're back.